Hi, one of the greatest challenges of trading is understanding the behavior of the price. And this behavior of price are actions of the market participant. And the presentation of these actions are the candlesticks formation. What I'm about to share with you, if you were able to understand, pay attention to every details, you can be profitable trading with this knowledge. That means anybody can become profitable when you have understanding of the candlestick formation as far as trading is concerned. Because one of the challenges of trading is the fact that trading is a visual market. And for you to understand the actions of the participant of this market, you need to understand the candlestick patterns and formation, as these represent the behavior and actions of every market participant. So simply put, what then is candlestick formation? Now there are several knowledge and several definition, I beg your pardon, to what candlesticks is all about. But my own personal definition to candlesticks is that candlestick is a fight between a buyer and a seller. And that is why most often when you get a candlestick formation, you realize that the candlesticks behaves in a certain way. If this is a candlestick formation, you realize that the candlestick will be going up, coming down, going up, coming down, going up and coming down. So what it depicts by all of that is the action, is the battle between the buyers and a seller. So every candlestick formation you see has three outcomes. The first outcome is that it is either buyers win. The second action is that sellers win. And then the third action is that nobody wins. So in every candlestick, we see the actions of either the buyers won the market, the sellers won, and then nobody wins. So for us to determine who is winning is our condition for us to sell. Knowing who is winning will determine whether you will buy or you will sell. And that is why this knowledge forms the basic of all that your trading is all about. Thank you to all our new subscribers. And to our new subscribers, thank you for your love and thank you for the support. Also, we have a mentorship and a training course that is ongoing. The link is in the description of this video, where you can make inquiry and register for the class. Alright, so taking us further, how do we understand each of the candlesticks? For instance, looking at this current candle formation, as you can see, this is the actions, this is the fight, this is the battle. So you can see now that at this point, buyers, sellers push the price open here, sellers push the price from here all the way to this point. And now buyers is trying to push the price back to the upside. So you can see that now the price is going up and coming down, going up and coming down. So the battle is currently ongoing between the buyers and the seller. So if this candle closes as a bearish candle, either without a wick or with more body, we can determine that sellers has won. For instance, this candle opens here and then it closes here. So on this particular candle, sellers won because the body of this candle is more than the wick of this candle. Again, that is not just all about that. The wick of every candle is showing the weakness of the market participant, either the weakness on the part of the buyers, and then the body or how the candle closes shows the strength of the market participant. For instance, looking at this particular candle, you can see that this candle opens somewhere here, and immediately it opens, buyers push the price to the upside. So there was a time where this candle was a bullish candle, and then after that, sellers push it all the way down, push it down, and then it closes this way. So looking at this candle, considering the length of the wick of this candle, it is more than 2 times the body of this candle. So obviously we can refer to this candle as a bearish pin bar or the bearish hammer. So this candle shows the weakness on the part of the buyers and strength on the part of the sellers, right? Now looking at this particular one, you realize that it went bullish, it opens here, push to the upside, and then sellers push the price all the way to this downside, and then buyers came in again and pushed the price back to this zone. So if you look at this particular candle has a minimal body, and then you can see the weakness on the part of sellers. So on this particular candle, we can establish that it is buyers that won the market. And so if this price is won by buyers, it simply means that buyers are in control of this particular market. So this is exactly how we can capitalize on this. So this is exactly how we can capitalize on this to our own trading advantage. So it is as simple as this, and every one of us can take advantage of this process. So you can see that here buyers won, right? So this shows the strength on the part of buyers and then weakness on the part of sellers. Remember, this particular candle now that is forming opens at this zone. Sellers push the price down, and then buyers came in and pushed the price to this upside. So currently you can see where the candle is. At the moment, the market participants who are in control of this particular candle are the buyers. So when the candle closes at the end of the 1 hour formation, we can determine who wins, either the buyers or the sellers, or nobody wins. So in a scenario when we say nobody wins, what are we referring to? When you have a doji such as this, it shows that nobody actually won as far as this trade is concerned. The price opened here and then closed without a body. Even in this scenario, based on this particular candle, you realize that nobody won, because we don't know whose side the strength belongs to. So with this idea, it simply means that when you have series of a bearish candle, we have this bearish candle, this bearish candle, this bearish candle, this bearish candle, this bearish pin bar. So when we have a series of this candle, we can now determine who is in control of the market. Now this has nothing to do with the color of the candlesticks. Very much important. This has nothing to do with the color of the candlesticks. So if I see this bearish candle, bearish candle, bearish candle, bearish candle, now it is not based on the color. I am reading this based on the interpretation of the fact that this is a challenge between the buyers and the sellers, and that it is either buyers win, sellers win. So I am determining it that okay, here sellers won, it opens, you see the weakness on the part of buyers. The same thing happens here. Here too sellers won, here sellers won, here sellers won. So this eventually is telling me now that all the movement from here down to this point shows the strength on the part of sellers. So if then these are the strength on the part of sellers, it simply means that I will only be looking for a sell opportunity. So now it means that for me to begin to think of buying, I will need a counter movement, which means that buyers need to show strength and let the strength of buyers move all the way from here back to this side and beyond where the strength of sellers are being displayed. Then I can now conclude that okay, buyers are now in charge of the market. Otherwise, this continue to remain the seller's market. So the presence of a single seller's action in the market is not enough to decide that sellers are in charge of the market. What am I trying to say in essence? Looking at this movement of price from this zone, you can see that here this is bullish engulfing candle. After that, I have another bullish candle, I have another bullish candle. Then on this candle still, this shows the strength of buyers. Remember, we are not considering the color of the candle. Then on this particular candle, sellers took price down, buyers took price down and closes it as a bullish candle. Then afterwards, sellers brought this price down to this zone, which engulfed this previous candle. So this candle enough, this bearish candle is not enough for me to begin to think of selling. Why? Because I have seen that buyers dominate from here all the way to this point. So for me to claim that sellers are now in charge, I will want to see sellers demonstrate their strength from this point beyond where the strength of the buyers has been displayed. Then afterwards, from this zone now, I can now begin to think of a selling decision. Now, I'm trying to establish these basics in this video. In the subsequent video, I will now be looking deeper how we can do a candle by candle analysis and then how we can find our trading entry following this pattern alongside with other conferences. And look at this. You can now see that the strength continue bullish, 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 bullish. So now the fact that I begin to see this particular bearish candle, and then I saw this single bullish and this, I won't conclude that here buyers are already in charge. No, these little actions alone is not enough. So when you see the movement of this price in this way, you can say this is a bullish candle, bullish candle. Now this single bearish candle is not enough to conclude that sellers are in control. So in the subsequent video, I'll be explaining in details how you can do the analysis based on candle by candle, and how you can find your entry. I don't intend this video to be long. This is a background of what the subsequent video is going to be. Thank you for watching, and if this is your first time, please do well to give this video a like, subscribe, share, turn on your notification bell so you'll be the first to get notified. Thank you, and see you in the subsequent video.